in terms of the question, the answer to the question which we are really seeking, if it is possible for a common user.
Culture and what role we all have to play is, I mean, would you ever want to go into a police station with a complaint about this? Like, just given how challenging that becomes and the sort of questions you might be exposed to. I mean, that the fact that the process and procedure itself might be a bigger punishment than anything else is something that we need to urgently tackle as well, right? Like, otherwise, the entire framework of law enforcement, that entire mechanism that you have there one is, of course, on the reporting on platforms, and that ability exists. There is now, even within the IT rules, if your grievances are not addressed within a certain amount of time or addressed properly, you have the ability to appeal some of those. So, I mean, those mechanisms have been built into the rules. And again, one thing I'd love to see is more of those decisions made public, so that we actually know where those gaps are, right? Like, when the grievance appellate committees were set up, one thing we were kind of promised is these decisions are going to be out there. We haven't seen reports of what those decisions have been. How many times have they overturned a platform sort of decision? Have they needed to? Have they found that what people did was enough? So again, that evidence point is currently, I think, missing from conversations. And second, on the frameworks which exist outside of what you get platforms to do or what you do on platforms, right? Your traditional law enforcement mechanisms which exist in the country, which outlaw a lot of this. I mean, I don't think you can make an intentional deepfake with the intent to do harm and it not be covered by some legal provision. I'd be very surprised if there was an outlier somewhere which didn't fall under any of those requirements. But is that just having a law on paper is not obviously good enough, right? Like, how do we enable those laws to be used meaningfully so that people are able to seek redressal, seek justice if they have been wronged? And that, I think, is again a big gap right now, because people don't necessarily want to come forward and go and put themselves through that process. And that's where, again, we need to come together